Doing this again. Got watermelon and my shirts have just progressively grown. You know, before it was a beater, then it was a t-shirt, and now it's a long sleeve black shirt. In this weather, I know it's not a compression; it's just a bit small. But for my breakfast here, I wasn't able to record a video yesterday because my sister's back from work, and so I normally just like to do this when I'm by myself. Because one, it's kind of embarrassing to get caught doing this. And, I don't know, it just feels better doing it like this. Music back, fan is back. Um, so yeah. I kind of just did this on a whim. I recorded it on a whim because I realised I'm alone. Because my mum and sister have gone down to get her uni house sorted or whatever. So yeah. I've not got much on my mind right now, but it'll probably come to me, like, as I go on, as I ramble on, I tend to do. I think I'll just start by building off a bit more last time. Because last time I did say, like, my first video, I didn't really say a whole bunch of anything. But I didn't really do anything again. But it was good to get those emotions out. It feels good, you know. Even now, I still look at, like, you could probably hear that music, you know. I just, like, kind of synced up. But, even now, I still, like, look back at those people. And there's, like, a disgust and contempt there, but, like, not in the same way. It's more like, why do I keep myself in contact with you, or, like, in space with you? But honestly, it's not really that much of a problem. To, yes, build a bit off last time. Actually, just before recording this video, I'll be like, I just saw a TikTok saying, like, motherfuckers be 18 plus playing Roblox, like, go start a family. It's funny, like, because I am said motherfuckers, like, what the fuck? Construction work going on, so you might hear that as well. But when I'm talking about, I don't spend all day on that. I'm like, yeah, I'll play with my friends, or I just play it when I'm by myself, play a little tycoon or something, because it's nice and chill. But the start a family thing just, like, bang, hit me a bit. I'm like, obviously, I'm like, it's a joke, it's exaggerating, but when you look at it, it's like, my mum at my age was married, not homeowner, but she had a mortgage. Not by choice, but you know, we still move. Yeah. And I just struggle, you know? I think by this point, for my sister, she had a boyfriend. I think she'd already broken up with him by now. So, yeah. Oh, she ran through, she's a whore. She's not. um, but me, once again, like, I'm coming back. I'm the one, not even just in my friend group, my family who's just not really had anything. It's like, sure, yeah. Like, you know, all three of my cousins, they've had girlfriends. But the youngest one still has a girlfriend. Middle one, he had one, but that was the really, like, no disrespect to him. I think he'd admit it himself. It wasn't like that much. It was like, it was a really, like, a secondary school relationship, kind of. No, I'll ask him again. I'll ask him about that next time I see him or talk to him. It's just like, because that was more of, it had like a secondary school relationship to it, or like, those jokes where it's like, oh, I'm Batman, you're Hello Kitty, take talking stage type of relationships. Um, yeah. But I think he's moving on to another girl. Well, he keeps moving on because he's confident with that. Oldest cousin, um, he he's good. Like, he's had a girlfriend. She stalked me on LinkedIn for a while, which is funny. After they broke up, but Yeah, and I remember like in my little 15, 16-year-old brain, like, how the fuck's he gotta go for it? Like, no offense to him, not the best looking guy, but you know, I'm sorry if he sees this, because if anyone were to see it, it'd be him. But like, that's at least how my brain works. Then obviously I'm kind of matured. Like that was like my immediate reaction, but then I was like, there's so much more to looks, like so much more than looks to relationships and stuff. Obviously, it's like I hate when people are really performative, like, oh, I don't care about looks, personality over everything. If I'm not, you know, if I look at you and I don't feel anything, then what? Or like I don't feel attracted to you, then why would I be in the relationship? That's like, you know, after millions of years of evolution, we have things we're supposed to be attracted to coded into our DNA. And I'm supposed to just ignore that because it's a moral high point. No, you're just trying to get like woke points. It's like, no, fuck off. I'm real. But then there's also like, I know for myself that personality plays a big part because I've had attractive girls like talk to me and stuff. As in like in that manner. I noticed the verbiage there of talk to me because I never really actively pursued anyone. But personality wise, they're weird. But yeah, I think I to expand more on that. It's like several girls have like they pursued me, um, and I really just didn't like want to be in a relationship with them. And I think the most damaging one was and yes, I say damaging because she was 22 and I was 17. I wasn't even that like I've glowed up over a year. I didn't look that great at 17, and obviously me at 17, I think I'd have game or whatever. It's crazy how much you can mature and just realize in your head. Which, to be fair, I realized that like towards the end of when like decided to ghost her, was I don't have game. She's a predator. Like, I think that's a big problem with young men and older women is that in your head you don't feel like you're being preyed on. You think you have game because just socially that's how relationships are set up as you as a pursuer, and when you get to go, you're the one winning the prize. I think that's a damaging sentiment because one, it labels women as prizes, which is quite like objectifying. But furthermore on that is like it kind of will put it'll endanger a kid. That girl was definitely some kind of predator. Regardless of what I might have said back then or not. I don't really talk to many people about it, but now I have. Like, not even just to this is like just some of my friends. I never actually said it, but worded it like that because what are cool social points. But it was more like telling it a jokey story. Well, but that kind of just set me off. I didn't really want to talk to girls for like a good while. I think that was the last girl I talked to, like as in that manner. And then in that time, I didn't like. I obviously like went bald twice, so I wasn't the most attractive. But I had one girl who I really just didn't reciprocate any feelings towards, and I could tell she did like me. She bought me shit, like Pokemon cards and stuff. Not like a pack. Like after one conversation, she went to a conventions because she is in the hobby, and she bought me. I think I have them just up there. Hold on, let me. Oh, there we go. Bought me the Mareep and this Fluffy because the Mareep evolution line is my favorite Pokemon. just like Mareep is my favorite Pokemon. I love the evolution line. And after one conversation, she remembered that for like a month, went to a convention, or like a trading convention, and bought me one, which is well, bought me those cards. And I really tried to play dumb about it, and they're like, "Oh, are these for me?" Or try to give them back. And then like one of her closer friend, her friend who she is closer to than me, was like, "Oh, where are mine?" And I was like, thank God you made this awkward," because I could not. I did, and obviously I did end up taking them, but like, good heavens, man! And it's just, oh, that was really nice. And then she kept trying to push conversations and stuff. Like the most like telling part was when she followed me on Instagram, because no one else in that class followed me on Instagram. Um, by that point, she looked me up, followed me, then immediately started texting me and started sending me a thing that she got commissioned to draw of like straight edge Snoopy, because previously that day I forgot to put my phone on silent. You're probably hearing that buzz because I'm straight edge, and I previously brought it up that I'm straight edge, and she was like, "Oh, this is something I made," and then she kept like trying to push conversation, and I was just like, "Nope," and she's like, I'd like throw up little hide your message and then not actually reply, and then she double text like 2 hours later at like 1 a.m. or something. Like, come on, man. You gotta take the hint at some point. I know it sounds mean, but like, come on. I'm trying to be nice about it because I realized that I am not a very good person when it comes to that, because normally I just ghost, or well, that's really there's no or, I just like go ghost. I like methods to it where like I'd ghost them, and then uh if they add me back, I'd either ignore it for a bit unless they spam it, or like decline it, and then unless they spam it, I'd add them back, and then not say anything until they unadded me. Yeah, no, I wasn't a very nice person, especially with what I look like back then. I look like shit right now, kind of, because my hair's greasy as, but I look much better now. You can't even see like my pimples and stuff, which is fun because that's an insecurity of mine because I've never really had good skin. But yeah, it's just discuss my love life, you know, or the lack thereof. Like when I realised God I was crushing on in secondary liked me back at some point, and like I was told that in like a jokey manner, and then after I blew that off because it was a joke, well to me it seemed like a joke. She stopped talking to me, or like especially considering how like close we were before that. We used to talk a lot, and then you know I brought that up to my friends, female friends, because this is like it's weird to say female, but like you know in the space of relationships, it's weird to say girlfriends. Well, friends who are girls, okay. But I brought that to them at some point, much later on, and then I realised because this is in college, so I wasn't at this point. I would not be ostracized for being friends with girls, you know. But yeah, I brought that up, and they were like, "Oh yeah, she definitely liked you." Like that was a blow. And then I tried to. I mean, nah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Nah, so she came up on my For You page on TikTok, so I was like, "Oh my," as people you may know. So I was like, "I'll give her a follow." Add that, so you know that path's closed forever. Because I think it's less so the. I keep looking down like this because I've got my watermelon. It's less so a fact of I was whatever. Like I still like her. It's more like what could have been and just missed opportunities. And I've had quite a few of those, you know. Uh, And all of them, I thought, always thought I'd be the guy who like I wouldn't really miss hints like that because I've grown up raised by women. I know women. I could like grow up raised by women. I feel like I could communicate with them very well. So like something my cousin was saying like, "Oh, you don't understand how me and like women should speak," and I'm like, "I'm saying it as a joke, try to be performative. Holy lot, that was my shit before you tried that." But but I am an actual feminist. Don't worry. Despite what it sounded like before, but yeah. And I was like, no, one, I've studied linguistics. I literally studied gender to speak, and two, I still speak like a man because I think I have that male presence in my life through friends and stuff where I still speak like that, and I've just been conditioned by media and stuff. But yeah, I still speak like a man, but I thought I'd understand, women's minds a lot better. Nope, like this girl stuff is hard, But damn, I just cannot carve this fucking watermelon. Like, look at like it is mashed up to be fair, but like um, there we go. Yeah, never thought I'd just be kind of so blind to that. And at this point, like, I'm 18, and there's nothing on that spoon. But I was thinking like earlier in the year, like when I started, like, oh, that girl's pretty. I have confidence to speak to him just like that. Because I think confidence has always been a big issue, given the culture of my secondary school and how they viewed, talking to girls in any capacity, let alone a romantic one. But now that I'd escaped that for long enough, I kind of gained the confidence to do so. Not really, because I was bricking it, but even when I consider it, I'm like, it's literally the worst point of the year to try. Because, god damn, let me just. Yeah, it's like literally the very worst point to try because we're all going to uni in a couple months. We have A levels, like we have exams, we have BTECs or whatever. Like it's the worst point to try and talk to a girl and start a relationship because what the fuck are we gonna do? But I still even went out and no, I didn't go out, as in went out of my way and tried to shoot my shot at a girl because my friend said to. He said it'd be a good match. Airball. She hasn't seen it. I don't care. I mean, I still care because still think about it sometimes. Like, damn, that was like I popped all and it's just gone, bro. Popped all on, popped all on point and it just healed through it. That was such a version-y reference of me, fucking Overwatch and Rivals, but still, I thought that was a pretty good shot, and it failed. But gotta move. And I think we've taken a gap here. I feasibly should have time to go out and do stuff, but I don't have the means to go out, and I don't really have the means to just go out and do stuff. Like money, time, uh, transport, accessibility, and stuff like that. And even if I do, I feel like I'd be going out with my friends, and would, I much rather place a focus on being with my friends than trying to like chase girls or whatever. When I went out with my mates to go watch a Mario movie, I sat in Tim Hortons and there was a group of attractive girls sitting like adjacent to us, and I was talking about Tung 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 Sahur because it's fucking Tung 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 Sahur, and my friend was like he's trying to fix up, and it was like, oh, like no, like oh, yeah, trying to look over the girls, but like kind of play suave and smooth, and I'm just sitting there killing all this stuff, and I'm like, one, he has a girlfriend, so get out. Two, I'd much rather sit here and talk about Tung 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 Sahur than try and pick up a girl over there. You know? Like, look, I'm just gonna be honest. And like, maybe that's weird of me, because I feel like other people wouldn't do that. But like, especially in my situation where I'm somewhat confident enough to talk to girls, even though I was bricking it. I like because I feel like everyone bricks it, but confident enough, but I've never actually had a girlfriend. I feel like most people in my situation would try, but I really just don't. You know, because it's just I don't know. There's something just unappealing about it to me, like relationships. As in, not really, but like just growing up in a broken household of an abusive father, um, yeah, abusive father, distraught mother, single mother after however many years, unregulated emotions, all that, um, and to some extent, like I didn't really speak on this. I said it was more physical, not physical, more verbal and stuff. There was some physical aspects to it, um, but I kind of forget that because apparently I was either too young and I've just like repressed it. But my mom told me like my stutter was really bad, like just the way I spoke, and my dad used to beat me like quite bad over it. I didn't know that. Obviously, it must have been repressed, and I was quite young. But that's why I also didn't learn how to speak Punjabi properly because my mom decided to prioritize English, so I stopped. So at least I could speak one language properly, and then I'd not get beaten quite badly, apparently. But that's behind. But like, I think one thing I don't really speak about because obviously it's really awkward. I I developed a porn addiction like very young. I forgot how old I was, but like you could say that's a mix of like unregulated internet, but it's like it all stems back to like um technically it's sexual abuse because I don't even know how old I was. I was very young, but as in I wasn't like assaulted or anything. I was just exposed to it through like so I'd like use my dad's phone or something. I don't know, or he might have accidentally shown me because he was drunk and he was like, oh. But like his friends used to just like send him porn and stuff on WhatsApp or whatever, and then he must have accidentally showed me or something in a drunken state because there's no way I would have figured out how to open WhatsApp and like play it at like 5 years old or whatever. But I like that kind of set me off, and then that made me a bit of a degenerate child. As in, like I'd look at in year two, I used to look up like naked women and stuff on YouTube or whatever. This is back in 2014, 15, so it's still unregulated enough where I could see some. And that obviously has a big mental toll on you, a big effect on you. And then obviously I started like jerking my shit like younger than most people would, you know. And then I was stuck with that for years and years and years, and like I'm somewhat over it now, in a sense that like I'm not just going every day, boom, 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 boom. But like, because you hear like other teenagers or something, or like adults when they were teenagers, that's how they were moving, so you think it's quite normalized. But like, I wasn't a teenager when it started, I wasn't at the normal age where it would start. But God, it's so awkward to admit, but like, it's so weird to say as well. Because I remember when my cousin dropped a document journaling his fat loss and just like his journey. And when he brought up his, it's like everyone stuck out as like he got an addiction to masturbation because it stuck out like a sore thumb. He had a whole page dedicated to it. And it was just such an awkward read, and I'm basically doing the same thing. But I think the difference between him and me in that sense is that his was like a natural bring on of hormones and being a teenager with unrestricted access to the internet. Mine came from being exposed to it as a very young child and then just having a demented mind for a while. And now and that I think that really changed. Well, like obviously, just any exposure to porn would like, especially to anyone, everyone understands that like exposure to porn will um warp your mind and whatever, or like your expectation of women and what relationships look like and stuff. And then I've matured and I've grown past that, but it was bad, you know, especially like for going for so long, you know, being like how old was I? don't even know how old I was when I first, you know, choked the chicken. Like, because I was very young. I was at a very wrong age to do that. It's so long ago, I can't even remember when I did it. Um, and that stuck with me for a good while. But I'm like not clean now, you know. Some like us, like I say clean, like because some people say clean, and they mean like absolutely none. But like I use Twitter. Twitter's of like it's always gonna show some, and I'll see it. But like at this point, I'm just apathetic towards it. I see it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, and I just scroll on. Unlike some people, they see it, they'll be like, oh no, I've seen porn, I've seen boobs. Oh no. But no, I just like scroll past it now. I think that's good of me. I think that's growth. Yeah. Um. Yeah, that also like could lead into body dysmorphia. You know, specifically with like how not even just like how big you are, but like physiques and stuff. You know, because you know it's a body industry. It's like with is you can literally use the analogy of it's a body industry like to wrestling, of like you're seeing the pinnacle of whatever, you know. You're but and I have some kind of body dysmorphia. Not like that, as in like I look at myself, I'm like, yo, I'm tiny, yo, I'm fat, yo, I'm like, and then sometimes I'm like, yo, I'm big, and it's like other times I'm like, I've got ginormous fucking moves. Other times I'm like, okay, it's just my posture, and it took me like literally the other day when I was doing the scouts pose or whatever, because my sister like fucked about with my hair, gave me the Eren Yeager like weird ponytail, but it was messed. It was funny, but I did the scouts pose from Attack on Titan, and I realized like because it was a side profile one as well. It's like I don't look crazy, or like I don't look fat. I'm not fat, you know. And it's weird because I am skinny fat, you know. Like I don't have abs. I've like all my fat is stored in my torso, and I'm just trying to lean down, obviously for my holiday, and then you know maybe extend it to Halloween if I want to dress up and like go out and do something, which I haven't done in years. I've become the guy who just sits out giving out sweets because again it comes from my lack of social life. Of I've not been invited to parties. I've been once to my was invited to my friend's 18th. Couldn't make it because you know she's all the way in Hinkley. I think I don't know. She's far away from where I am. I had no way of getting there and getting back. So yeah, but like with Halloween, I never really went trick or treat. Well, I did go trick or treating a couple times. I accidentally did blackface one year, which was because I was trying to do the demon Finn Balor paint. So I was just up here all black, green paint. No, it was red paint here, and then it was supposed to be white teeth, but it mixed with the black, so it got fucked. Luckily, like I had a big green like tongue going down here, so it didn't look too bad. But oh, that was rough. And I don't know why my mum let me go out like that. But yeah, did never really did it much. I think when one year's chaperone, like to help chaperone other kids, um, like around my cousin's area, which they live in a rich area. It was really nice. Didn't really have a costume, but I just went out, you know, and that was nice. But like by this age, I feel like there are certain life experiences a lot of people should have had by now, like their first relationship, their first kiss, whatever. Like even though you know whatever, like I've got so much more life to live or whatever and all that. so it doesn't really matter. But just let me just my body's tea. But I've got so much more life to live or whatever. But it's more like, why haven't I? And it all like stems back to the same couple of problems of lack of social life, um, damage to my just brain, um, from my childhood and such. But you know what? Um, I'm fine. You know, like mentally, I'm feeling much better than I have done in a while. And it's like, um, I really need those experiences? Do I need to go out and party? Doesn't seem like my thing, you know. Because I don't drink, I don't smoke, you know. Like, uh, it's just a lot of things. Like, haven't been on a proper holiday. Oh, I mean, I have actually. So yeah, and I'm gonna go on a holiday later this year, which I've mentioned previously. I need to learn a bit more, little bit of Portuguese. But yeah, you know, things are like starting to look up. I did say that to my friend. Um, like as a reference to everything's coming up Millhouse, everything's coming up Taron, and everything came crashing down. Like bad. Like the job I thought I'd smash because it's a warehouse job. How do you get rejected from a warehouse job? Why do you need to interview? Like I get why you need to interview. How do you fail to get a warehouse job? But yeah, it all came crashing down, and that just fed into this big depressive episode of like being out of college. It's been 5 weeks or whatever. It's been longer, but officially leaving, you know, it's been however long. But yeah, now I'm just here, and I am not as depressed as I was before. Still, like, have no paths in front of me, but I got to trailblaze something then, I suppose. So yeah, it's just a 30-minute ramble of how I got here, kind of how I became a single chud, how I'm just stayed single, not really sociable, and nice little demolition of a watermelon. So that's about it. See ya.